Ms. Diana, under public comments, do we have,
There is no public.
no public comments? Okay, Mr. Arjona, go ahead, sir.
Yes, good evening, Mayor, Commissioners, staff, committee members. The first item is on the presentations. We have a presentation on departmental reports. We have the Department of Finance, Department of Utilities, Police Department, Fire Department, and the Municipal Court. Every director from those departments is here. Should you have any questions for the mayor?
This time, is there any questions for the directors who are here present today, this evening?
One thing, Mayor.
Go ahead, sir.
Chief, both chiefs, are we prepared with all the PPE for our police officers and firefighters? I know that the number of COVID has increased by large numbers, and I just want to make sure that all our firefighters and our personnel and city staff that are equipped with the proper equipment. Thank you. Mr. Garza, I believe, is he online? Mr. Garza, can you hear me?
Mr. Garza, I believe.
Mr. Garza, how are we doing with the brush pickup or wind schedule?
As a matter of fact, they're on schedule. I don't know what quadrant they are, but as I spoke earlier with him this morning, he said that the brush and the trash, they're on schedule. We're having a little bit
Don't
of
know what
difficulty
quadrant
with
they are,
the alleys
but
because of all the water and the grass being kind of high, but other than that, pretty much everything's on schedule.
And also with the spraying, we're in.
The spraying as well, yes. We can spray.
This conference will now be recorded.
That's all I have.
Anything else? I think the only thing that I would just want to comment is in reference to fire and police, Tiso and Chief Gonzalez, is maybe getting together with Arjona and figuring out when we can have a hurricane preparation awareness. Now that we're going into the hurricane season, I know every year we've been doing it, and you guys been very successful in having a good plan for our employees and most importantly our citizens. So I don't know, would be a good time, Mr. Arjona, you three can get together and figure out some dates so we can come and have a round table in reference to that. Okay? All right.
Question real quick.
Go ahead, sir.
Chief, how are we on the sandbags, just in case, I mean, with the proximity of the rain coming in pretty quick? Okay, so we're pretty okay right now for the temporary, okay.
Probably by the end of the week, we'll start back in again. Came up with a plan to be able to store them in one of the semi-trailers that we keep them. So we're gonna start stocking up like that. The day comes that we do need to.
You have something else? No, you're good?
And at the next meeting, Commissioners, if I may, at the next meeting, on the presentation, we'll be reporting the repaving phase 3.
Phase 3? Perfect,
We've
okay.
got a couple of streets already that by the end of this week, we should be repaving 12th Street.
Okay, good. Yeah, that'd be good.
But we'll get a full report at the next meeting.
Okay, all right. Other than that, I guess we're good. Go ahead and let's move on under public hearings, please.
Public hearings, tonight we have a hold a public hearing for a conditional use permit to allow the drive-through business at 809 South Stewart Road, legally described as Lot 6, Block 1. Lucero State subdivision is requested by Elgin Javier. Mr. Escobar.
Mayor, Commissioners, this is a condition use. It's for drive-through located at 809 South Stewart. So it's located on Stewart between Business and Sam Houston. It's submitted by Elgin Javier. They did submit the application, paid the advertising. Condition use, anytime there's a drive-through, our zoning requires them to apply with the city for a condition use permit. And it's going to be a snack shop, snow cone shop in that area.
Go ahead and open this up. I'm gonna go ahead and open this up at 6:05 p.m. 6:05 p.m. Is there anyone here for or against in reference to this item on this agenda? For or against? Any questions from the
Mayor, there was a couple residents that they had some concerns. The Grove is located to the north of this property. They just had concerns of it's kind of like a winter Texan trailer park, So they had just concerns of noise and also late night, cars and stuff like that being in the area. But one of the conditions that the planning and zoning put was for them to only stay open till 11 p.m. And they're also required to put their buffer fence, which is required in our zoning ordinance. So, um,
From
they
up
should-
to 11 p.m.?
11 p.m. yes, because they actually want to go to 1 a.m. So they put that condition to 11 p.m. And the planning and zoning
It was, I mean,
did approve that.
it was unanimous, right?
Yes.
I know, I got a call in reference to, I know I brought it to your
Yes.
attention, and I think her concern was that, her fence line, how far is it going to be from the fence line to the property that they're actually gonna develop?
Yeah, in that property, there's a 30-foot alley, so they can't build on that. They'd have to put all their development actually on their property. So
Okay.
they can't use the alley. I think the concern was using the alley, which
Yeah.
they can't. Yeah, they
Okay,
can't use
now, does the developer know?
We'll let them know. Once they submit their building permit, we'll let them know. They actually don't have anything on the alley right now. There's a site plan, but that's not approved final. That's just preliminary. So once they do submit the building permit, we'll put all those comments in there and also the condition.
All right. Any other questions?
Mayor, I did read the opposing documents. I know a lot of them did put their ideas as far as putting that privacy fence or a sound barrier would be concrete or cinder block.
Yeah.
And I'm in agreement with that, Mayor. Also, the time 11 o'clock, and also with the condition that they're not using also the alley, and that they're gonna use their own driveway
Yeah.
Yeah.
and so forth.
Yeah, they're gonna have access through Stewart.
Correct.
All right. Any other questions for Mr. Escobar?
No, sir.
No? If not, I'm gonna go ahead and close this at 6:07 p.m. Is there a motion to approve?
I shall move.
Is there a second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
The next item for the public hearing for a rezoning request from single-family resident district to general business district of a 3.87 acre tract of land out of lot 15, block 8, John Clausen subdivision, located approximately 750 feet south of South Eldora Road along the west side of Raul Longoria Road, as requested by Eliezer Uresti.
So this property is for the rezone from single-family residential to general business district C2. This is located between the storage depot on Raul Longoria and Dollar General. They want to zone it from single-family residential to a commercial development. It's submitted by MAS Engineering. They did submit the application. We also sent the letters within 20-foot radius. In general business, you can do retail businesses, wholesale trade, retail sales of automobiles, restaurants, dry cleaning, doctor's offices. So a lot of that area is commercial, so they just want to rezone it to have a commercial type business there.
I'm gonna go ahead and open this up at 6:09 p.m. Is there anyone here for or against? For or against? Any questions for, Mr. Escobar in reference to that item? Go
Do you
ahead.
have any response from anyone, right? Opposing? Because I didn't see any in my packet.
Mm-mm. We did it, right?
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
You didn't get any calls or anything like that?
No calls.
Okay, all right. Any other questions? If not, I'm gonna go ahead and close this at 6:09 p.m. Is there a motion to approve? Is there a second? I'll go ahead and second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Aye.
Thank you.
Next item of discussion and possible action, we have, consider selecting an engineering firm and authorize city manager to enter into a contract agreement for engineering services on RFQ 19-17-04-06.
And Mayor, before we consider, I know that this item was tabled from our last meeting, so if we could have a motion to untable first before we start discussion.
Okay, is there a motion to untable?
So move.
Is there a second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, this motion has been untabled. At this time, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and have the firms just step out. Mr. Hyman, thank you. Appreciate it. No.
Only engineers.
Yeah, you can have a seat, Mr. Vela.
You're the money man, sir.
Hold on. what we're gonna do, Mr. Jaime, is, I'm gonna go ahead and go out of order in reference to the agenda. So what I'm gonna try to do is we're gonna go over the whole agenda, and then I'm gonna come back on those two items. And then we'll hear them out one by one. That's what I understood, right?
Yes, that's, if you wanna take them out
But
of
how
order.
much time are we gonna give each for?
3 to 5 minutes.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. But let me just go over the complete agenda, and then I'll come back to these two items to finish it off. Okay, thanks. Okay, the ones that are checked out.
That being the case, Mayor, do you want to go ahead and untable also item number B? So that way we already untabled it since we're going to discuss that at a later
Sure.
point.
Under item B, is there a motion to untable? There's a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye? Aye. Okay, it's been untabled. So we'll go ahead and skip to item number C. Yes. Mhm.
Consider authorizing city manager to enter into agreement between the parts of Juan Alamo Independent School District Police Department and the City of San Juan Police Department Dispatch Center. Chief?
Yes, good evening, Mayor and Commission. This is an item that request from a jointly request through a PSJ in San Juan PD. We're gonna be housing their dispatch center at our dispatch center. So basically, they're gonna purchase any needed equipment. Also, they're gonna provide their own dispatcher. The benefit to us is that we're gonna have a third dispatcher on duty that will help us out. Plus, obviously, having an agreement with PSJI's DPD helps us tremendously because we can also know the activities that's happening in the school district, in the school areas, and the property and stuff like that. So this agreement is 1 year, but it will renew additionally every year. This is something new, but I think it's very good for the department, for both departments, because it allows us to keep maintain that relationship and that communication with our personnel. They patrol our schools, they conduct traffic enforcement in our schools, they do a lot of good work. So I think by having them in our dispatch center, and they're gonna provide all the costs to it, the cost is gonna be incurred by them. So the new council, they're gonna pay their own personnel, so we're just gonna basically house them. We have a third council available for them, and this agreement is for that.
Now, when you, what would be the hours that they'd be working?
They usually, right now, they have 8 to 5, but I think that they might have a dispatcher, what I was being informed. I have a representative here from PSDISD, but what I've been told is that it's gonna be days, but obviously with all this COVID-19 stuff like that, but they do have officers working at night as well. So, but the majority of the time, their dispatch is gonna be basically during the day.
Okay, so if they have their dispatcher, the ISD dispatchers working, let's just say from 8 to 5, and then you have patrolmen, the PSJ ISD police officers out patrolling, and they need to get them. Are San Juan PD dispatchers?
Yes, the call is gonna come to our department, so we're gonna be dispatching them. So, that's something that they're gonna be working on, having extra dispatchers to cover all the
I
shifts.
got you. Okay.
Yeah, so, but for now, just,
And,
they're gonna,
and then going back to the council,
Yes.
Chief, you also mentioned about that. Now, after this,
This conference will now
this
be
year
recorded.
deal, the council, does it stay with us after, you know?
yes,
it
yes, Mayor.
expires? It does?
That is the agreement that when they decide to move out of our dispatch center, whatever cost they incurred, that they're gonna remain with our dispatch center.
Okay, now the only
When
thing
they
I
decide to
do,
move on our dispatch center, whatever it costs.
the only thing that I do ask is just make sure on, if I'm gonna sign that, order.
Yes.
the
Agreement, yes.
MOU, yeah, or
Yes.
the agreement, just make sure all that language is on there.
Yes, I
As
believe.
far as the council and all that stuff,
Okay.
okay?
We will, I was looking at it, and I think that's something that we probably gonna have to add, because it is not in the agreement.
Yeah,
So-
no, but I'll be more than happy. I mean, I don't think, myself, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem or Commissioner
Yes.
has an issue in regard to that matter, but yeah, I'll be more than happy to sign it. But just, the main thing is just make sure that language is in there.
Sure, I'll make sure that we route it to our
Sure.
city attorney so that we can
Okay.
include that as well before we sign it by them
Any
as well.
questions for Chief Gonzalez? With that being said, is there a motion approved? Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mayor, thank you.
Next, Mayor Commissioner, we'll go to the resolutions. So we have consideration approval of a resolution approving the city's plan of finance pertaining to the contemplated issuance of obligations to be designated as City of San Juan, Texas Combination Tax and Limited Pledge Revenue Certificates of Obligations, Series 2020, authorizing city staff and the city's financial advisor and bond counsel to proceed with this plan of finance and authorizing other matters related to the foregoing. We have Mr. Chris Vela here with us. Should you have any questions, but however, the presentation that was presented to us at the workshop last week is pretty much the same.
Same thing.
Nothing has changed. This is just to authorize.
It's
us
just
to go out.
approval.
Yes.
Am I correct, Mr. Vela? No. Okay, good, good, good. All righty. Well, with that being said, is there a motion to approve? Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
Next item, the next item, consideration and approval of resolution by the City Commission of the City of San Juan, Texas, authorizing and approving the publication of notice of intention to issue certificates of obligation complying with the requirements contained in Securities and Exchange Commission Rule 15C2-12 and providing an effective date. This is just the notice to publication of notice. Yes, sir.
All right, with being said, is there a motion to approve? Is there a second? I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Item C, consideration and approval of a resolution relating to establishing the city's intention to reimburse itself for the prior lawful expenditure of funds relating to constructing various city improvements from the proceeds of tax-exempt obligations to be issued by the city for authorized purposes, authorizing other matters incident related thereto, and providing an effective date. This is the reimbursement. Should we start with the parks? Remember that there's some monies for the city hall, and then an additional 300,000 for the parks improvements. We can start as soon as you approve this item, and then we can start working on the parks. Later, once we get the monies, we'll get it reimbursed to the cities. And this is what it pretty
When you
much
say
is.
parks, you're talking about the parks improvement.
Parks improvement at the municipal park.
Gotcha. Okay. Any questions for Mr. Arjona or Mr. Vela? If not, is there a motion to approve? Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
The next item on the consent agenda, we have item A, B, and C. If you'd like to have any questions, we can always pull any items out.
At this time, is there anything that members of the commission need to modify or amend under consent agenda? Modify or amend? If not, is there a motion to approve? Is there a second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
We'll come back to item, under discussion and possible action. You want to do item B?
Yeah, what are you talking about? No, let's go
On the
to,
engineers, you want to start with item A?
we have executive session.
Oh, I'm sorry, you want to go to?
Yeah,
executive?
let's do
Okay.
that. You wanna read it?
Oh, yeah. Under executive session, we have the San Juan City Commission will convene an executive session in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Burden Statutes and Codes Annotated Government Code Chapter 551.071, consultation with attorney and Texas Government Code 551.087, deliberation regarding economic development negotiations. Number one is pursuant to Section 551.087, economic development negotiations, deliberation regarding financial incentives to a business prospect, Project Baker.
That being said, is there a motion to enter executive session? So moved. Is there a second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We'll be in executive session at 6:19 PM. at 6:36 PM. Is there a motion to reconvene? Is there a second? All those in favor say aye. Under executive session, at this time, we're gonna go ahead and take no action. No action. All right, Mr. Hornaya, let's go ahead and jump back to, which one was it?
Item 7, section 7, discussion of possible action.
Yeah, on B, right?
Yes, on B.
Go
We can
ahead,
start off
go
on
ahead,
that one
sir.
first.
Uh-huh.
The first one is item B, discussion and possible action to select the most qualified firm to assist the city with the preparation of the American water infrastructure at risk and resilience assessment and emergency response plan, and authorize the city manager to negotiate and execute an agreement and budget amendment as needed. Mr. Salinas? Just so you'll know, this is on the thick binder. The information is on the thick binder. Yeah.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioner. If you recall, we had authorization to go out and solicit for qualifications for an outfit or a firm to come and assist the city to prepare the resilience and emergency response plan that's required as part of the what we're calling it AWIA, which is the American Water Infrastructure Act of 2018, which requires utilities of certain size to put together a risk and resilience assessment and an emergency response plan for their facilities. This is following up with the 2002 plan that was done back then for the basically a threat assessment that was done back then after the 9/11. So this goes a little bit deeper. This one put limits on the size of facilities and when the deadline is. So our deadline is to have this done by June of next year. So by June next year, we have to send a letter to the EPA, and it's just a letter letting them know that we've already completed the risk and resilience plan, assessment, and the emergency response plan for the plant. So we did receive 3 different packets. We did do an evaluation. There was an evaluation form put in your packets, and at this time we are recommending ARRC, our local firm. We did call one of the local utilities that they have done work with, and they were really happy with the work that they did. So we are recommending ARC for that.
Salinas, I guess under this firm, did you check and see if there's any litigations against them or?
We did, that was one of the requirements they need to put in none of the firms had any litigation.
Okay.
They did not disclose any litigation in any of their packages, so
Okay.
they're all clear. One of the firms is out of Houston, the other one is out of actually Victoria, and the third one is out of Brownsville. Actually, they have an office in Brownsville. Yeah.
Any questions for Mr. Salinas? So that is your recommendation?
Yes, and the motion would be to allow the city manager to negotiate a fee with ARC, and if we can't come to an agreement with that, to move to the second one, which will be the, give me a second, Urban Engineering and LSPS, which is the firm out of Victoria, which is the second one. And then, of course, continue on to the third one if we can't come to an agreement on the fee.
If there's a motion, we just do it as recommended by staff.
Yeah. So is there a motion as recommended by our Utilities Director, Mr. Salinas? Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Aye.
Thank you.
The next item,
You want ready?
yes, the next item is consider selecting the engineering firm and authorize city manager to enter into contract agreement for engineering services RFQ 19-17-04-06. In front of you again, you have the thick binder. They're in that particular order, 1 through 15. So we can go ahead and start with MBF Tech Engineering Group.
What exactly are they going to?
So we already had the opportunity to go through.
Yeah,
the
we
whole
reviewed
thing.
all the,
So maybe the only thing we can do now is just maybe introduce themselves in the firm, and so that we can make it quicker, because I think
Yeah,
already
we've
went through the
already
whole
gone
thing.
through
the whole packet.
the packets already, so.
I guess just make sure that you let them know when they're done. I mean, they pretty much, I guess Mr. Jaime can call them tomorrow and let them know whether, or who, I don't know who's. Mr. Leroy? You're a jack of all trades, you know that?
Mayor, does the mayor want to recommend a time limit? On the
I
presentation
think
of-
Mr. Hona mentioned about,
2 minutes? Okay. I'll go ahead and be the time. proponent.
yes, sir. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Can I take my mask off?
You're gonna have a couple of minutes, introduce your firm, yourself, and the mayor commissioners have already had plenty of time to go through through the whole packet. So there's really no need for a presentation or anything like that, just an introduction as to.
Highlight some of the points and some of the things that are not mentioned in your submission.
Okay. Good evening, Mayor, members of the commission.
Good evening,
My,
sir.
my name is Vicente Mendez. I'm one of the principals of Ambiotech. We've got two local offices here in Cameron County, one in Brownsville, one in Harlingen. We basically have done quite a bit of extensive work of different facets. I'll just real quickly go through some of the projects, just to show you the diversity of our firm. We're working currently on the construction of a new terminal at the city of Brownsville, Brownsville South Padre Island International Airport. We did all the civil, including water, sanitary sewer, paving and drainage. We're working with City of Raymondville on the second phase of a street paving project and also a drainage project with a different contractor for a $1 million grant from the GLO, which we, by the way, assisted the City of Raymondville in obtaining. We're working with Town of Rancho Viejo on the second phase of a street paving project as well. Valley Municipal Utility District, who's the one that provides water and sewer. We've got a $3.5 million project to replace water and sanitary sewer lines that have been there for 30, 40 years. A water tower for East Rio Hondo water supply in Rio Hondo. So as you can see, the diversity of our firm is quite extensive. We've got about a little over 30 employees in our firm, including registered engineers, surveyors. I'm both an engineer and a registered surveyor as well. And my commitment to you is the highest level of service that we will provide. I will be the point of contact. My scope is to meet with staff, find out the scope of your project, and establish the parameters that we need to. So if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good evening, Mayor Garza, Commissioners. My name is Rick Pedraza. I'm a licensed professional engineer in the state of Texas. And I'm also the regional manager for Consour, South Texas. I wrote a couple of points here so you all can kind of get an idea of what Consour, our company, is about. Our office is located in McAllen, Texas. We take care of the Rio Grande Valley from here to Laredo, to Victoria, to Corpus Christi, and back. History of our company, we have over 30 years in operation. We have over 40 offices nationwide with over 800 employees, In Texas alone, we have 7 offices with over 300 employees, and McAllen being one of the newest offices is open. Here in McAllen, we're expanding, and we have 7 employees right now, 3 of which are PEs. 1 is a graduate engineer. We also have 2 inspectors and 1 record keeper. Current projects, although Consor is new to South Texas, we have been working in the area for several years now. We currently have 2 projects with TxDOT. We're doing construction engineering inspection for 4 projects with the FAR district. And we also recently just won 2 projects with the city of Corpus Christi. As far as responsibilities go, I oversee all the regional design business activities. My counterpart, Candido Bocanegra, which is also a PE, he oversees the construction engineering inspection business activities. And then we have Javier Martinez, which is a local engineer. He oversees all the design services for our office. He's also a PE. As far as experience, Candido brings over 12 years of experience. He's worked with TxDOT all that time until recently coming onto Consor. He's worked in Dallas. He's also worked in Corpus Christi and the Valley. Javier has worked 12 years here. He's worked 4 municipal and 4 with the DOT. I have over 20 years experience, 16 private. I have 2 with the DOT, and I have 2 with City of FAR. So that's the experience we bring. Together, we bring small and large city experience. We bring innovative ideas. We bring our value engineering expertise, which will allow you to stretch your tax dollars to get more money for your buck. In conclusion, Theodore Roosevelt said that people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And we want you to know that Consor cares about our communities. We care about engineering, and we want to, we're all from the Valley. We all came from humble beginnings. We all graduated from University of Kingsville. We have a great team, and we want to provide the best services for you and for the region. So thank you for allowing us to come present to you. Thank you. Thank you.
Does yours start like this, man? Does yours start like this?
Council's had an opportunity to review the packets already, so they're allowing you 2 minutes to highlight some of the points on there, or any other things that weren't considered or part of your submission.
Is there going to be a question and answer?
No, no question answer.
You have to wear a mask, or I can take it off?
No.
No, okay. Good evening. Great to be here in the city. My name is Orlando Cruz. I'm principal engineer for the firm of Cruz Hogan. Cruz Hogan's worked with San Juan for many years, and we have a staff. My brother, Ronnie, sends his regrets. He's in Austin on vacation, so I'm the guy doing the presentation tonight. Cruz Hogan, you all may know about us. We're a firm, been in the Valley here for almost 30 years. Actually, next year we celebrate 30 years as an engineering firm. Our firm is a firm, we have 4 engineers, 3 of which are registered. We do work mostly for cities. Most of our work, we've tallied up, we work for 24 cities here in the Valley. We work for 3 counties, and we work for 5 utility districts, rural water supply corporations. On my way here this afternoon, I was thinking, what am I going to say in 3 minutes? It's not, but you know our firm. There's 15 firms that are making presentations tonight. We're basically all the same. We're all good firms. We all do good engineering work. We're all good engineers. But one thing that what Cruz Hogan stands above the rest is, and we stand out, is that we do things differently. We only work for cities. We don't work for developers. We don't work for land developers. We work for cities, and that is our meat and butter. We provide service to them for roadways, waterworks, drainage, and we have the experience. We've worked here in the Valley for over 30 years. Most valleys, a lot of other firms can't say that. There are very few firms here in the Valley that's worked in this area for 30 years. And one thing that
our firm has a specialty that no other firm here, we believe, here in the Valley is that we get projects funded. You know, we've developed this into a specialty. And for example, here in San Juan, over the last 10, 15 years, we've done over $25 million worth of waterworks. Of the $25 million waterworks, $7 million of that was in grants, and the remaining was in low-interest loans. And over the years, we've developed how to do these applications for funding, how best to put you in the better position to get grant fundings. We work with the council. In the last one we worked on the city commission, we had some of your members attend the water conference, and we made sure that some of the conference attendees, city attendees, got some asset training.
15 seconds.
Oh, asset training. And actually, when we do the applications, that gives us better marks. Here in the Valley, the last round, City of San Juan was the only town in the Valley that got a grant for the wastewater treatment system. And, you know, that happens because we know the work, we know the people, we know how the applications are put together. So I think that's a plus, you know, because if we can bring a lot of grant money into your community, you know, you enjoy that money in your projects. It also allows us to do a design work. We're done? Okay. Guys, I thank you. You know who we are. We've been here for a long while. You know, hopefully we can continue to work for you. Thank you.
Dannenbaum is not present due to COVID quarantine, just to put on the record.
No.
Yes, but it's there on the notation. They submitted. Yeah.
Yeah.
The council's already had a time to look at the packet. We're allowing for 2 minutes, so that way you could highlight some of the points in your packet or points that haven't been, that weren't included in your packet.
Okay.
So I'll be the official timekeeper.
Mayor, Commissioners, thank you for having us, giving us the opportunity to share at least a few minutes with you on our. My name is Jose Munoz with Guzman Munoz Engineering and Surveying. I'm the president and owner of the company. I started the company in 1994 and currently have my office in the city of Mercedes. With me are two engineers in training, Mr. Christopher Hinojosa and Luther Medina, that are working with me currently. We have two professional engineers on staff, a professional surveyor on staff, and we've been doing engineering and surveying work in the Rio Grande Valley for the last 27 years, going on 27 years. We've worked with many towns similar to yours. We've done projects from water plants to sewer plants to water and sewer projects and street and drainage projects throughout the Rio Grande Valley. Currently, we have projects in Rainville, Los Fresnos, and the city of Edinburgh, where we're doing some drainage improvements in those communities, and we're upgrading the water plant in Los Fresnos. We have our own survey crews. We have a staff of about 15 employees that do everything from drafting to surveying to engineering and administrative personnel. If you have any questions, I don't know if we're open for questions or not, but I think everything else was in our packet, and you know, we thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Council had a chance to review the packet already, and allowing you 2 minutes to highlight some of those points in the packet, or other things that weren't mentioned in the packet. So you have 2 minutes. I'll be your official timekeeper.
Okay, great, thank you. Good afternoon, Mayor and members of the council. My name is Paulina Vega, and I'm the project manager for Hanson's Brownsville office. And I want to tell you how the city is going to benefit if you allow us to partner with you guys. We are a civil engineering firm, and we provide all of the services that a general service firm provides, including drainage system design, pavement design, structural engineering, environmental services, traffic and roadway planning, water and sewer utilities, and construction administration. Hanson employs nearly 500 engineers, planners, and scientists in 28 offices nationwide. What does this mean for the city? It means that we are able to provide the support and expertise for solutions for any of the city projects. We're also able to offer the city the resources of a large firm, but with the feel of a small office. We also work with different entities around the Rio Grande Valley, and some of them include the City of Brownsville, City of Harlingen, Los Fresnos, Primera, Los Indios, South Padre Island. And our projects vary all throughout with our current projects ranging from street reconstruction to drainage improvements, to traffic studies, to boat ramps, parks, and even wastewater treatment plants. So how will this benefit the city? It means that we have accumulated the experience in a wide variety of projects. We are also proficient in working with various funding agencies, such as the Texas Department of Agriculture, TxDOT, Water Development Board, USDA, and FEMA. And some of our current employees have public servants experience, as well as city managers, funding agency administrators, city, county, and TxDOT engineers. I personally served,
15 seconds.
I'm sorry?
15 seconds.
I personally served as a Cameron County engineer. So what advantages will this provide? We've been in your shoes, and we want you to consider us as an extension of your staff. I want to invite you to contact any of our clients, and they will tell you why they describe us as accessible, invested, and efficient. Thank you.
They've had a chance to review your packet, so they're allowing for 2 minutes to highlight some of the points in your packet.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be your official timekeeper.
Okay, my name's Ricardo Hinojosa, and I'm representing Hinojosa Engineering. We're based out of Mission, and our disciplines is civil engineering and structural engineering. We were founded in 1993, so I've been in operation for 27 years. So I've worked with various municipalities. I do a lot of school work. I've worked with almost every school district, especially PSJ. I've done a lot of the schools here, and of course, a lot of work with the county. And some of the cities that I've done work with is City of La Jolla. I'm doing some street improvements right now, some CDB funds that are under construction right now. I've done work for the city of Angeno. We've done a lot of parks there. We've done some street work. I'm currently doing some work for the city of Palmview, some streets improvements for the urban county that are under construction. I did some drainage assessments for the city of Mission and some roof replacements. Like I said, we not only do civil, but we do structural. So, I mean, every time we do a building, we normally do the structure of the building and the civil part of the building. I've done work for the city of Alton, for the city of Alamo. I worked on the public library, the fire station, City Hall. For the city of McAllen, we did the new performing arts building, the one that's on Ware Road. I did the structural on that one. And they did a sports complex with a bunch of softball fields in the Mission's baseball sports complex. And also I did the public facility building. In Edinburgh, we just finished a fire station, and we did a storage tank that they're planning on doing. And for the city of Port Isabel in Cameron County, I'm doing some street improvements and also some roof replacements. And here in the city of San Juan, back in 2003, we did some street improvements for Nebraska. So 17 years ago.
15 seconds?
Okay, so we're here to work for you. Anything I can do. Like I say, we have two disciplines. We not only do civil, but we do structural also. So we can help you out in any assessment of a building. So I say some old building that you want to look at, and you know, I want to see if it's structurally fit. We can do that also. So I'm not sure what exactly. If it's just civil, but we do a lot of civil also.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I guess, do they run check, you guys run checks on them and see if there's any type of litigations? I know Mr. Palacio brought up one.
Good evening.
Good evening,
Bueno,
sir.
the council's had a chance to look at the packet. They're allowing minutes to go ahead and highlight
Great.
some of the main points and some other matters that are not included in your submission.
Not a problem.
Okay.
Good evening. My name is Javier Hinojosa. I'm here representing Javier Hinojosa Engineering. I would like to thank the city council and the city manager for allowing me to make this brief presentation. My company has been in existence since 1996, and we've been located at 416 East Dove in McAllen for those all that time frame. I personally have over 35 years of experience in civil engineering here in the San Juan, Hidalgo County area. We're an engineering firm that specializes in infrastructure improvements for street paving, storm drainage, sanitary sewer facilities. Some of our past clients include the city of San Juan. We've done previous work here. Cities of Mission, McAllen, Farr, Edinburgh, Benita, Owen City. We concentrate mostly in the Hidalgo County area. We've also done work for school districts, including PSJ, Mission, La Jolla. We're doing work for Hidalgo County for precincts number 1, 2, and 3. In the past, we've done work for them. In projects in San Juan, in the past, we've done street pavement projects, sidewalk projects. We were also the project engineers for the Mercedes-Benz dealership, the Jaguar dealership, the Audi dealership, the Acura dealership, and also the Lexus. So we were associated with all those projects here within the city. We've always had a very good working relationship with Mr. Arjona, your planning department, and your public works department. We get along very well with them. We have a good working relationship with the Hidalgo County Drainage District and the county. I know in times we have interlocal agreements with the city and the county, so we're very well versed in those matters.
15 seconds.
Oh, okay. Again, we look forward to working with the city if given the opportunity, and we stand ready to come and help you guys move forward.
Thank you, Mr. Hinojosa.
Thank you.
Mayor LNG, they had a conflict schedule, so they're not going to be able to present.
Bueno, the council's had an opportunity to review the packet, and they're allowing for 2 minutes to go ahead and highlight some of your main points or matters that weren't included in your submission.
Okay.
Timekeeper.
All right. Thank you. First off, I would like to give thanks to the Mayor and Commission for giving us the opportunity to present our qualifications for M22 Engineering. A little bit about myself. I'm an engineer project manager at M2. I have over 5 years of experience in roadway, drainage improvements, water, wastewater. Our founder and president of the firm is Emigdio Milo Salinas. He has over 15 years of experience, worked in several cities providing on-call city engineer services for Alton's, City of Mercedes, Donna, Palmview. A little of the current work that we're currently doing right now, we're providing drainage improvements to the Hidalgo County Drainage District number 1, City of Mission, McAllen PUB, TxDOT, Highway Department, Awasud. We're currently the district engineers for Awasud, so we provide a lot of water, wastewater improvements projects there. We currently help provided with Texas Water Development Board, help to get funding for the projects from start to finish, from design,
construction inspection, construction management, and so on and so forth. And that's pretty much it. If anybody has any questions regarding our qualifications. Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pettis, council's had an opportunity to review your packet, and they're allowing for 2 minutes.
Okay.
To go ahead and hit some of the highlights of your submission.
Okay.
Or any matters that you weren't included in there.
Okay, appreciate it. Good evening, Mayor, Councilman. My name is David Pettis with Pettis Consulting Engineering. Give you a little bit of history about our firm. We have 8 employees, 3 professional engineers, 1 EIT, and the rest support staff. I myself have 24 years experience. Alfonso Gonzalez, who's here with me, has 22, and my father, who founded the company in 1991, has 48 years experience. The disciplines that we can offer to the city of San Juan is paving and drainage, water, wastewater, permitting, and even grant assistance. We can work with your grant writer or provide our own team. We were fortunate enough to work the last 4 years on the rotation for the city of San Juan. We've had some successful projects here. Some of them include the paving improvements that we did, 26 streets. We did the rehab for the water treatment plant number 1. We did a major crossing there on Cesar Chavez with a water line across the expressway, and we've done some urban county work. We have other municipalities that we've served in the past. On the second page, you can see all the different cities that we work with, and there at the bottom is some pictures that we have some of the projects we've done with San Juan. We look forward to having an opportunity to continue working with you guys. We feel like we know your needs, and we feel like we get along great with the staff and the city manager, and hope we can continue working with the city of San Juan. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot for your time. Good night. Pettis, council's had an opportunity to look at your packet already, so they're allowing for 2 minutes to highlight some of those points, and I'll be your official timekeeper.
Okay.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, good evening, Mayor, Commissioners. My name is Ramiro. For the record, my name is Ramiro Gutierrez. I'm the president of R. Gutierrez Engineering Corporation. I appreciate the opportunity given to present my firm's qualifications and to demonstrate why R. Gutierrez Engineering Corporation is the best firm for the city of city of San Juan. And first of all, we've been in business for over 22 years. I opened the firm in January of 1998, and we've been in business ever since. And my experience as an engineer began with the Texas Aeronautics Commission, and then after 10 years, that I went with TxDOT for 10 years, or over 10 years, and then I went into private practice. And since I've been in private practice, I've been diversified my experience. I used to do just airports and highways. Now for the last 22 years, we've diversified to where we do all the different types of utility infrastructure that city municipality requires. My firm has been city engineer for a couple of cities, and we're currently the city engineer for the city of area. We handle all types of municipal infrastructure projects, water, sanitary, sewer, drainage, paving, and we do other miscellaneous stuff, items, parks improvements. We respond or answer to provide information on engineering issues that might come up. We review subdivision plats. We have excellent working relationship with most of the firms here in the valley. In fact, most of the firms you're interviewing tonight are personal friends, so if ever needed to subcontract to somebody, I would not have any problems subcontracting with somebody local that you all would approve of. I also want you to know that I grew up in the city of San Juan. San Juan's special to me, so I would really love to provide the city of San Juan with the best engineering services possible.
Seconds?
Well, I designed overpasses and multi-lane highways all the way to residential streets. We've done drainage, all kinds of drainage, improved flooding. And again, I want to emphasize that I'm from San Juan, and I believe that nobody here would give you the effort to provide the best services, engineering services for San Juan than I would.
Thank you.
Any questions? No? No questions or anything?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, I didn't serve the council's already had a chance to look at the packet. They're allowing for 2 minutes to allow the engineering firm to highlight some of those points in your packet or stuff that wasn't included in your packet.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. Mayor, City Commissioners, good evening. Thank you for the opportunity. Like I said, my name is Jose Reyes, and I'm a Senior Project Manager for SWT Engineering. I will start off with some firm information. We currently have 2 offices, one in West Laco and one in McAllen. The one in McAllen is under my supervision. A little bit of history of our firm. We were established in 1945, so we've been doing a broad services of engineering for the last 75 years. Key is that 80% of our current projects are repeated clients. Some of our key personnel is Mr. Randy Winson with over 34 years of experience, Mr. Joe Winson with 54 years of experience, myself a little bit more than 21. I have an EIT with 6 years, and I have a construction engineering inspector with 22 years of experience. Some of our first qualifications is we have an excellent QA/QC plan in place. We've been providing construction engineering inspections since 1945, and for the last 30 years, we've been doing providing fund procurement services. We have deal with many local, state, and federal agencies such as Bureau of Reclamations, FEMA, GLO, Texas Parks and Wildlife, Texas Wild Development Board, and USDA. Last month, we submitted 8 fifth bridge applications for City of West Laco, Mercedes, and Donna. Some of our projects that we have completed have been Cherry Lane Water Supply Corporation. I personally designed the paving and drainage for water plant number 2. I completed 18 linear feet of water line for City of Donna. We have done 2 million gallon per day water well rehabilitation for City of Mercedes, and we have done work for Harlingen CISD, grading and paving, and some sewer lines as well. Some of the, our current project is Delta Lake District. We have a $3.2 million with them, and City of Ingram, which is $6.5 million. And we currently have projects with City of Donna, FAR, McAllen, Harlingen CSD, Lifer CSD, City of Mercedes, Port Isabel, Progreso International Bridge, City of Sebastian, Willacy County District number 1 and 2. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Salazar. Council has had an opportunity to review your packet. They're allowing 2 minutes to highlight some of those points in your packet or any other items that you may have not included in your submission.
Okay.
Whenever
We're
you
ready?
start.
Good evening, Mayor, Mayor, Commissioners. My name is Ricardo Salazar. I'm President for TriMat Consultants LLC. TriMat was established in January 1st, 2017 by myself. I was born actually here in San Juan. I was raised in Alamo, and I attended the PSJ ISD school district. I am a 1991 Bears graduate, and I attended the University of Kingsville and obtained a bachelor's degree in Science of Civil Engineering in 2003. We do currently have an office in FAR, and we offer our clients, public and private clients, general civil engineering services. TriMat currently has associations with the City of FAR, Brownsville Public Utility Board, and McAllen Public Utilities Board. I myself have over 17 years of civil engineering experience in construction management, surveying, title and land legal search, research, and coordination with the state and federal funds agencies. TriMet is associated with Garcia Infrastructure Consultants, LLC as well. The team has various engineers with multiple experience and specialties to better serve our clients. Myself, like I said earlier, I have 17 years in general civil engineering. Javier Garcia has 29 years in civil engineering as well. Robert Allen, 35 years in civil engineering. We are all three professional engineers licensed, and we do have a support of our team. Two of my team members are here. And Fatima here, we're trying to add her. We hopefully in a week or two she'll be part of our team. Combined combined, the team has over 120 years in civil engineering, design and construction management experience to better serve our clients in general civil engineering services and solutions. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Salvador.
Thank you.
First of all, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for considering the city of San Juan with your engineering services. We had a lot of, actually all 15 firms were great. A lot of y'all have come with experience and a lot of knowledge. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, I know we gotta decide on what firms would be suited best for the city of San Juan. Okay, so I don't know, gentlemen, do you have any comments in reference to
Comments?
Did Mr. Ramirez or Mr. Guajardo email you guys anything in reference to maybe, their recommendations or who they thought? Nothing. Did you receive any emails or anything like that? Since they're not here today as well, so.
That you guys will make will be 100% behind you with whichever engineer. So we didn't say.
Okay, good. Well, is there any recommendations on the table, guys? Gentlemen? Mr. Villegas, Mr. Sanchez?
Go ahead, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Those two? Okay. So, okay. So, Sam, so that's three. So what was we were going for, with how many?
Rotation would be with three, right?
With three, right? Okay.
To support rotation.
Okay.
the
So that is,
recommendation-
those are your recommendation, is that going?
Consort, Javier Hinojosa, and Sames Engineering.
Okay.
Correct, is that correct? That you said?
Is that what you? Okay, and is that in a motion? Do you want to put that in a motion?
If that's all the recommendations, if that could be placed in a motion?
Yeah, that's what I was,
I'll make a motion for all three.
Okay.
Which is Consort Engineering, Javier Hinojosa, and Sames Engineering, Incorporated.
A second.
so there's been a motion, and there's been a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, guys.
To, I think that's the last item on, okay.
That was the last item.
It was? Okay. At this time, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
This meeting has been adjourned at 7:22 PM. Thank you.